Well, welcome back everybody. It has been forever since I last played this game, and you will have to forgive me. You see, if I remember correctly, I dropped this game originally because I wanted to replay, what was it? Like a Dragon, the Yakuza game, and then the sequel, which was Infinite Wealth. And after that, I just kept playing all other games, not playing this. Also, the audio's a bit low. Let me fix that for you. And so, one game comes to another. Oh my god, I have to turn up the audio. Okay, I'll turn up in OBS. But yeah, after one thing leads to another, and basically it's like, oh, maybe I should finally attempt to go back to finish that game that I started long back. So apparently I was playing this guy last. We have Lyria. If I remember correctly, the really crazy lady wants to go back home, but doing so will destroy the universe, or will destroy the land around it because it takes a lot of energy. And they were going to use Lyria to open the pathway, but because we saved her, they kidnapped the guy who is actually technically like a god who has lived forever.
We finally got Lyria back, but this doesn't bode well.
Alright, yeah. And if I remember correctly, my man is this man here.
You have chosen well.
Which I believe he's the punchy parry guy. So yeah, you'll have to forgive me if I'm a bit rusty. I honestly have not played this game in a long time. It's been less than a year, right? Yeah, it's been less than a year. I should, yeah. Hey, it's the cool guy who I hope joins my team. I'm gonna turn the audio up on my computer. It's a bit low, this game.
Hey, it's Mr. Shade!
Well, what do we have here?
Oh, and you folks got your friend back.
Yeah, we got her, but it cost us someone
Nice
else.
to meet you. My name is Lyria.
I'm Zathba, an information broker.
I want him to join my
Must have been
team.
tough out there, huh, little lady?
He has really cool shades.
Yes, it was.
I mean, she was kind of mind controlled the entire time.
Zathba, do not frighten the poor child.
Is that the lady from the mountain?
Huh? Who's being scary? I'm on my best behavior here.
It pleases me to see that everyone is in good health.
Well, not everyone. Mr. Fix-It. How do I remember that? Mr. Fix-It got kidnapped.
I came to lend my support the moment I caught wind of Avia's assault on Seed Hollow.
Speaking of allies, I don't see Roland with you.
That's his name.
Where'd he go?
Oh, he's now, he needs our help.
He needs our help.
Your eyes tell me more than words can convey. It must have been a horrific affair.
If I remember correctly, everyone actually got killed one after the other. Or they got disintegrated. And on top of that, Crazy Lady had a son she raised, but not her biological son. And that was the guy who was, like, guarding her the entire time, Lyria. And we fought him, beat him, and then she threw him out like a piece of trash. And he saw what she was for. So I'm expecting to join my team.
Maybe we can do something for him, though. You in, Histy?
Histy?
Most certainly. I am off to make arrangements at once.
All right. Call it intuition, or an overactive gut. But an epic storm's brewing in this here skydom. Don't know how to explain it, but the air's buzzing with emotions. Stuff like joy, anxiety, sadness, anger. You can tell when it's coming to a head. I haven't felt this spooked since the Dolly Island disaster 15 years ago.
And that was the disaster that led to the destruction of that town where she found the guy and raised him as her son. Isn't that the one, or is that a different one? I'm very rusty with this, I'm sorry.
My point is, you folks ought to haul it back to your own skydom.
What? You can't say that at a time like this!
Look, My sources tell me you hail from Fanta Grande. You've got a fine ship that can cross the Grim Basin. No need to play hero here.
It's not like that. We can't just leave everyone when we know what's coming. Lilith is going to use something called the Pillar of Vayui to destroy the sky. Do we just let her do it? And what about Roland?
Let me be the voice of reason here. You saved your princess. Mission accomplished.
I mean, he's right.
So what do knights do after rescuing the damsel? They make sure she stays safe. You're an excellent captain, so I don't need to spell out your next move for you, do I?
So he kind of makes a decent point. If we do save Roland, she'll just attempt to capture Lyria again. But you know what? I appreciate the concern.
I appreciate the concern.
Well, your crew's grown on me. That's why we'll take it from here. Come on. All I'm saying is don't push your luck. Oh, who am I kidding? We both know I can't talk you out of this. But Zega Grande is our home. At least let us keep our pride.
He knows. He's like, guys, please, just let me have the pride.
Be seeing you around then. And quit with the long faces. We can handle this.
Well, we'll see. So, I also saw the game had a few updates since I last played. It had, photo mode and a few other things that I don't care about. So, yeah. Hello. One little magma worm, that's all I need to complete my collection. I'd fetch a trusty net right now, but Fathom's too dangerous for a humble hobbyist like myself.
Ready for some action?
Alright, you need magma worm. I cannot bear it to see the lost soul earthbound for eternity. Should you cross the poor husk? Would you purify him? Simply beat it into oblivion.
Let's kick some tail!
Okay. Hey, Knick-Knack.
Don't let this be your final battle, okay?
Oh, I got...
Skyfarer's trash? We have a wide selection of sigils!
Okay, I'm slowly remembering this. Slowly. Have I bought anything? Oh, you don't buy.
Which crew member would you like to call?
Oh, new one. This person. The Primal Beast serves as the current Supreme Primarch. He battled hand-to-hand with a crew and stopped Lucilius from destroying the world, thus restoring peace to the Sky Realm. Ooh, his sword reminds me of the Brotherhood from Final Fantasy X. Of course, I always go with the harder heroes because they're more fun, but heck, this guy will be next. Ease of use, why not? I will recruit this man next. Oh, nice.
If anybody can save the day, it's your crew.
Alright, well, we'll see. I haven't played this game in almost a year. We'll see. Hello.
Good day.
Good day. Oh my god, I forgot about Fate episodes. Oh my god, there's a lot of Fate episodes. Oh, you know what? This is the new begin. Yeah, let's do it. Hey, oh yeah, Lyria's back, so maybe this leads to something. Let's do it. It increases her stats and slot. Alright, let's do it. Why not? We'll do these. The experimentation on Lyria grows... Oh, right. This is pre-story. Grows crueler by the day, further fueling Kalina's distrust of the Empire. Caught between her knightly oath of erst and the promise she made to Lyria, she decides to take Lyria and flee from the Empire. So, I think I might have said this in the past. I have never played Granblue Fantasy on the mobile, and it's a shame they don't have that game in the US. I once downloaded the OS and played it, I think, for an hour or two, but not much. I should really play it. If the story is like this game, I think I would enjoy it. I mean, I know it's like, it's JPEGs instead of models, but still. But let's do it. Sorry if I'm talking a lot. Rebuilding the future.
Sometime after the commotion at Tempil, life in Folca began to struggle towards normalcy. The breeze was soft and welcoming. I'd been blind to the city's charms before, focused as I was on rescuing Lyria from the Church of Avia. The sun watched over the victims of Furikin's rage as they raised new homes for themselves from the rubble. But once scars have set in, they are slow to fade. Here and there, the children of Tempeal labored with tools too large for their hands. I offered my aid, but the children said their work was their responsibility.
As long as you're sure you'll be okay.
Damn, those
Some
kids are
distance
acting...
away, a small boy burst into a red-faced fit. Lyria and I rushed over, hoping to be of help.
What I was about to say is, damn, those kids, they're taking on the hopes of rebuilding the land and trying to be older than they are. But they're trying to rebuild the hopes and the dreams of the entire town, and they're taking upon themselves to help rebuild. I get it. Oh, that's it? Oh, okay. I mean, I can't complain. Oh, okay. The Tempeal is rebuilding in the aftermath of destruction that befell its land. Even the children can barely hold their tools, have volunteered to help rebuild their home. Kalina offers to lend a hand, but the children insist on doing this themselves. You must play Kalina in this quest. It's been a while. What's your gear looking like? Oh, I gave you a health upgrade. Man, well, you know, I'm gonna keep the health upgrade, but man, I don't know why. And then she has heal, light wall, frozen blade. Okay, everyone, you're about to see how bad I can be after taking a year off from a game. Get ready to laugh at me. 'Cause this might not go well. Family is everything.
Don't try and stop me! I have to do this!
He hurled his words like stones as he whipped into a run. Concerned, I asked a nearby man about the boy. He explained that the boy's sister was ill, and the lad was after the remedy, an herb called Windcrest. The sickness was assumed to have died out hundreds of years ago, but had now returned to torment the child.
And if that's not enough, I heard the woods where Windcrest grows have turned into a monster den.
The boy had struck out alone. Folka had no soldiers to spare.
Damn.
For they were all dispatched to Tempeal for the reconstruction effort.
He's gonna charge in, try and get the Windcrest, or die trying to save his sister.
No one was left to answer his pleas, but I would.
A true knight.
In my heart, I vowed to bring back the child, and if possible, the herb too. I prayed only that I wasn't too late.
The only problem is right now I'm playing and I haven't done combat yet. So, whew, we'll see. Hopefully I don't mess it up. God, this game looks good.
I'll take point.
Alright, Thunder.
Well, according to that old villager, this is the place we want to be.
Perfect. Keep your eyes peeled for Windcrest.
Okay.
No more!
It's over!
Oh, wrong one. There we go. Then light wall.
Get behind my shield!
Okay. I might have it. We'll see. Oh, don't let the kid down. Don't let the kid down. Okay, well, I make no promises, but we'll see. I remember enjoying the combat in this game, and I remember the story was actually pretty decent. The graphics are pretty damn good. I don't know if the game still has a player base. Maybe I'll do some endgame stuff later on my own time.
Hey! I think I spied some Windcrest!
Oh, I got Windcrest. I won. We did it. All
Earth
right.
spirits. Strange. We didn't see any the last time we were here.
Okay, I found Dodge.
Seems like they're attracted to the wind. Maybe they can feel its power. And right behind you!
And one no escape!
Into the fray! Just like we practiced.
I guess so.
I've heard the voice of my fist.
Throw. Unlock off, please. Thank you. Frozen. Holy cow! Stop moving for me.
Stay focused. All me.
That was a battle for the ages!
Yeah.
Dodge, dodge. All right.
Pin them down.
All right. Let me heal.
Are you?
God damn it! Stop it. Unlock.
Heal. Thanks for the heal.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, you're gonna have to forgive me. I'm going to be playing rough for a bit. So I have to gather 6 wind crests. Alright. Oh, I forgot how damn good the music in this game is. Holy cow. When you come back to a game after not playing it for almost a year, let me tell you, you have no idea what you're doing. But the music in this game, I remember I absolutely enjoyed it. The music is so good. It has that fantasy vibe that not many like fantasy games have. It has like the flutes and everything going on. Oh. It reminds me of like PS1 and PS2 fantasy games. Like, I love the vibe they're going for right now.
Catalina, you stopped them silly!
Fortune favored us.
I mean, yes, I'm amazing.
Yeah, that should be more than enough.
We still haven't located the boy. What?
Uh-oh.
Where is that coming from?
Is there a
But
sprint?
it can't be a good sign. We better
Oh,
hurry.
yep, there it is. Okay. Yeah, man, the music is so damn good. Oh, I love the classical, like, windy vibe it has.
A golem. So that's what was behind the tremors.
I'd be.
Crap, it spotted us. Get ready for a fight.
We got this.
Let's finish them.
All right, let's do this.
Go get him. Frozen blade. I'll finish this. The time is right. Catch this. No, it's over. Yup, not over yet.
I must say, you are quite the martial artist.
Still respect
Nope,
skill.
nope. I remember this. Here, let me do this.
There's nothing to fear.
Ready yourself.
Heard Hurricane's voice just now. I think that when Hurricane covered this archipelago in storms, some of its power fused with the land and the monster.
You need healing.
Damn it.
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
No.
Beat him down. Come, Ariel.
Can stop us from charging.
The sand is inhibiting me.
Emerald shield.
It's over.
It's the buzzer!
This is it. So let me show you how it's done.
Here we go. Oh wait, what am I supposed to press?
Champagne! Blazing dip! With the red lotus! Arms!
It's over. Captain, my turn now. Tempest
Can I get some of that Hurricane juice too? This golem is
Ascension.
Can't afford to let it run free. Not while that boy remains missing.
No escape. Looking good. It's over.
All right, so far not a bad warm up. Move.
To the fight. Looking take him out.
Nope.
Help is on the way.
whatever they're doing, stop!
Pin them down. Let's get you standing. Try not to.
Vyrn with baddies on our tails is no fun!
Still here.
Let's give ourselves some breathing room.
Looking good. Light wall.
Now rage forward!
Fighting cold! No escape!
Armor break! Beat him down!
Fantastic! Watch his movements carefully!
Stay alert!
Prepare yourself!
Look at this!
Break the storm! Double!
Don't get carried away.
Oh, someone leveled up. Nice. Alright, get over there. Whew, that was a warm-up, man. Got him. Woo.
Is it safe now?
I recognize that voice.
Oh, man. Ooh, that was a warm-up. That's a way to get yourself back into the game. Oh, that's a long load. Come on. You got this. Or not. I might cut this out, the load screen. It's unneeded. Unnecessary. I like Kalina's outfit. It's really good. I love blue and white together. Such a great combination, man. Blue and white is just one of the best combinations of colors, and big fan. Blue, oh yeah. Hey game, you wanna hurry up? I know I haven't played you in a while, but let's do this. Come on. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna cut this out. I'll mention her outfit after, definitely. I'll have to. I wish. Oh.
With a final death knell, the golem stilled. The boy crawled out from the tall grass, and I pressed the wind crest into his trembling hand.
Wow! Now I can save my sister! You're the best, lady!
He smiled at me, and with a great burden lifted from his shoulders, skipped the whole way back to Folka. As I watched his happy shuffle, I wished more joy and color into his life of toil, which had been covered by the dust of destruction.
You know, Kalina, despite, you know, from what originally was, is all I know is she was a guard in the Empire, and she was kind of cold-hearted and all that. She's actually very warm-hearted and cares for everybody.
Idiot!
Ooh, trophy. Lyria's journal. Trophy to congratulations. Claim all. Oh, okay, so I don't need to claim these. Good, good, good. Yes, I'm done browsing the journal. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Alright. Man, that was long. I'm definitely have to cut the loading screens out. Hello?
Need something?
Also, I'm sorry if people want me to do other things, but I might as well do the Fate episodes because, well... Oh, she has a new one. Oh, geez. Kalina, apparently you want things get done. When Kalina hears that the young boy named Al has dashed into the forest alone, she gives swift pursuit. She arrives just as the rock golem stalks toward the child. After felling the creature, she handed the boy Windcrest, the herb he needed to cure his sister of her illness. A young boy's letter.
We made medicine from the Windcrest you picked. The doctor said Hazel looks better every day.
Oh, okay. You can tell it's a kid because the spelling is driving me crazy.
This morning, she was able to get out of bed and do some drawing. She loves drawing pictures.
That's not. Oh God, never seen pictures spelt that way. Oh, okay.
Thanks again, Catalina. From Al.
And Hazel.
P.S. Please visit Foca when you have a chance.
That's a new way of spelling pictures. That's gonna screw me up. I'm gonna spell pictures like that for the rest of my life. Just making fun of a kid. Yes. Hey, so Rackham, what do you have going on? Rackham asks Kent's mechanic friend to fix the Nautilus. She insists that without rare parts, the ship will never fly again, regardless of her wishes. When Rackham finally gets a word in edgewise, he reveals he's already collected those parts and hands them to an astonished mechanic. Oh yeah, this is the story about the ship that was being...
There you are. I've got huge news. Listen to this.
Yeah, this is the story where basically his airship was being decommissioned because it's too old and falling apart, and so his crew is like, it's time to let go. And I think he's like the captain or the mechanic, and he has really close ties to the ship, if I remember correctly. And Rackham, because he has such close ties with his ship, he gets it. Now, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is me going off on memory.
It was clear from Kent's smile that the repairs on the Nautilus were going smoothly, thanks to a mechanic friend of his. Well, ain't that something? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't impressed. Those parts weren't the easiest to work with. Not bad, Miss Mechanic.
Rackham, sir? My friend told me she got the parts from a traveling skyfarer. Had 3-day-old scruff and a little swagger to him. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
No.
Huh. Well, I keep my scruff in an elegant chin strap. Thank you very much. Not sure I sounded very convincing trying to play off his answer, but I'm a helmsman, not an actor. Ha, but just another performance or two, and the Nautilus would be skybound once more.
Okay. So yeah, his thing is there's a mechanic who absolutely loves the is he a mechanic? I don't remember. Might be the captain, but he absolutely loves that ship with all his might. But basically it's too old and they want to decommission it, and now they're slowly starting to fix it. Io is the mage girl who is pretty I hate you. That's a title. Okay. Io, it's fine. You can hate me, but doesn't mean I can't like what your gameplay style is. What was it again? During Io's travels with the crew, she mysteriously loses her ability to use magic. They return to Vault's Duchy to see if they can find an answer. Coincidentally, the same epidemic that claimed Io's parents is spreading the vaults again. It appears to be caused by an evil spirit. While preparing to fight the spirit, Io obtains her mother's staff, which restores her magic. With her late mother's help, Io defeats the spirit. Right. The story up until now is she lost the ability to do magic. She got her mother's staff and she defeated the spirit. I get that's what I just read, but that's all I remember. I hate you.
While out running errands in Foca one day, I came across a crowd of people in the town square. But from the sounds of things, it wasn't a friendly get-together.
I hate you all! Mom, Dad, everybody in this stupid town!
The boy shouted angrily at the adults and took off running, right into me. We both landed on our backsides. Sheesh, watch where you're going, kid. And that's when I noticed the tears streaming down his face. He was clearly upset about something. Hey, you okay? The boy hopped to his feet without a word, shooting me a glare before sprinting away. One of the adults started to follow after him, but...
Please, Doctor, there's not much time.
Either his sister is dying, or he says he hates everyone in the town and his mom and dad especially. A close friend of his got hurt and it doesn't look well.
The crowd stopped him in his tracks.
But I can't just... No, you're right. My patients need me. Forgive me, Lev.
Okay, nope, never mind. His his father is a doctor who needs to tend to the townsfolk. The child feels neglected by his father doing all the business around town to keep people healthy.
The man closed his eyes, muttered something to the townspeople, and ran off in the opposite direction. Wait, that kid was crying! You're not gonna go after him?
Maybe.
I shouted after the man's back, but he either didn't hear me, or pretended not to. Then I felt a gentle hand on my shoulder.
I'm sure he wants to, sweetheart. You see, that boy is his son.
Okay, so it is his father. He's too busy to spend time with his son because he's trying to save people's lives and be a doctor. The kid, meanwhile, feels neglected.
The boy's name was Lev. His father was a doctor, with many patients needing urgent care. So he had no choice but to ask the townspeople to find his son for him. I knew I should mind my own business, but I couldn't get the poor kid's face out of my head. He was probably hiding somewhere all by himself, crying his eyes out. I understood all too well how painful it felt to be alone. When Master Sokka reached out to me, it changed my life forever. Maybe it was my turn to do the same for someone else.
Well, that's good for you.
I turned to ask the crew if we could join the search, but they were already gearing up to head after him. It seemed we'd all had the same idea. Just you wait, Lev, I thought to myself. I was gonna find him and put a smile back on his face, even if it meant sticking my nose where it didn't belong.
And let me guess, I get to now play her, and the kid ran off into like a Yep, so the kid ran off somewhere he shouldn't go. The calm in Fulka is broken by a boy named Lev. He screams that he hates all the adults in the village before running off into the forest. God damn it, how did I guess that? One man starts to chase after him, but was held back by the other townsfolk. Io learns that the man is Lev's father, a doctor who must prioritize his patients before his son. Picturing the boy crying alone is too much for Io to bear. She and the crew head out to search the forest. Well, into the forest, you know what I mean. Alright, we're gonna play Io. Let's hope I remember how to play her. She has the Little Witch Scepter. He has a Little Witch Scepter. Okay, ooh, let's get some sigil. Alright, you're squishy girl, but your entire thing is damaged, so I'm... Exploiter, what was you again? Oh, boost damage at weak points from behind. Boosts... No. Improved guard. Nice. Nimble defense, dizzy resistance. No. Okay. Fast learner, more experience. That's nice, but... And crabs. Oh, right. I'm gonna give you that. Alright, let's start. This one's gonna also prove me that I'm a terrible player. It's just a phase.
The villagers didn't seem too worried about Lev. According to them, he'd have to venture much deeper into the forest before encountering any monsters. But that wasn't the issue. It seemed like nobody wanted to talk about why he'd run off in the first place. It was an obvious cry for help, and nobody was helping.
So either he's upset because his family does not spend much time with him, or his mother is sick. He wants his father to take care of her, but his father has many patients, and the mother understands, and he's taking care of the other patients. I'm thinking it's that. The mother's also sick. The son wants the father to pay attention to the mother so she gets better. But there's other patients who are more, critically hurt or sick than her, and he's dealing with them first before the mother. That's my guess now. Maybe. Or it's just neglection.
I went through the same thing back in the day. Even after I met my master, there were times when the loss of my parents was just too much to bear. I didn't go so far as to run from home, but I'd sit alone in the corner of my room, hugging my knees to my chest and crying.
God damn it. I just noticed I'm recording my audio in the game in OBS. OBS and Audacity. I am sorry. I want Audacity to have my voice, not OBS.
Master Zaka found me like that. He'd always perform a silly magic trick to cheer me up. Just like me, all Lev wanted was for someone to find him, to take his hand. So he went off on his own in the hopes that someone would come for him.
Just maybe.
I'm sure he knew it was selfish, but it was the only card he felt he had left.
Do you think this means Lev doesn't want to live at home anymore?
No, he does. The problem is his parents... He wants his parents to pay attention to him.
I had a feeling that wasn't the case.
No, absolutely not the case.
He's probably just going through a rebellious phase.
I wouldn't say rebellious. It depends what's going on at home.
Oh, that's when kids start arguing and acting out, right? Catalina told me it's pretty common. Did you have a phase like that?
Lyria's question was innocent enough, but I was too embarrassed to admit that I'd ever gone off alone because I wanted someone to pay attention to me.
Did I ever have a rebellious phase? That's a good question. Not really. There's times when I go out with friends and tell my parents I'm just going to hang out at their house, and actually we go out to a creek. We call it the creek. And we jump off the, like, a small little, like, it's about 20 feet waterfall into the pond. Oh, man. Oh. That was refreshing. And there's one time I played with BB guns. My parents actually knew about that. I got a blood blister on my finger from it. But there's really no time I rebelled against my parents or anything due to my age or, puberty. In fact, actually, when puberty hit, I was extremely talkative as a young kid, but as soon as it hit me, I just immediately started shutting up and, well, yeah, I'm a very quiet guy, and that started, I guess, when puberty hit. I just immediately shut up after one summer. Not because of neglection or anything, it just was who I am. Like the year before, like right before summer vacation, I was talk, got in trouble with teachers and all that. The year, just summer vacation finishes, I come back, I'm quiet, and I pay attention, and even the one teacher I had the year before was like, you are a lot more quiet, more well-mannered than you were before, and I'm like, just how I am. Yeah, so I don't think I really had a rebellious phase. I did throw a hockey stick at my brother and almost broke his nose, but that's a different story.
Heck no! That's not something befitting of a grown lady like myself.
Yes, a grown lady. Or what are you, like 15? Not even 12?
So what if I told a little lie? Our biggest concern right now was Lev, who was out there, probably crying with his back up against some rough, silent tree. He needed a friend, and I was more than determined to be one for him.
Alright, let's hope I remember how to play you. Oh, okay, I haven't played her before because I'm getting this stupid tutorial. Io is a young mage who aspires to be an elegant lady. She's able to cast long-range spells and heal the party with recovery magic. X casts a ball of magic, while Y hits a foe in a wide area, where X is chargeable and grants her a mystic vortex orb. The number of orbs she has determines how high she can charge her Y attack to. Charging it up to the max level is where the real magic happens.
This forest is as huge as ever. I sure hope Lev's okay.
Come on, we've gotta find him.
I'm shocked I haven't played you before, Io. I thought for sure I did. Alright, all of you, your goal is to protect me. I'm the important one. I am the mage. I am important. Protect me, asshole. Protect me. I'm not gonna call you a bitch because you're too nice for that. Please protect me. Let's go. Oh, god damn it. Well, if the combat in the game was meh, which luckily it's not.
Bad news if he wanders too far in. We gotta track him down.
I would say whoever made the music, you are hitting the right notes, man. I love this sound of music at the moment. It's mostly these forest areas so far that have a music that I really like. It has a more fantasy, nature, mystic vibe. It's really damn good. I love flutes and all that in, like, fantasy RPGs. You need more flutes. Like, the last Final Fantasy to use flutes, I believe. Don't take my word for this. I haven't played 16 or 15. And
We're
15...
still on the edge of the forest, right? What are goblins
Oh,
doing here?
never mind. We're going.
Stay calm, everyone. Stay alert.
Now we're talking! Fire!
Starhawk! Skybreaker!
Huh? It's over! There's no time to waste.
Yeah!
Gotta find him!
What I was gonna say is the last Final Fantasy, I remember using flutes. Let's see, definitely not 10. 10 is more synthy. I like 10. Definitely not 12. I'm not counting 11 because I haven't played it. The only 11 music I know is from the FF14 raid. And then there's 13, definitely not. 14, I guess there are some, especially with the 11 raid. And there's 15, that hulking piece of trash. And I refuse to play 16 because that's not Final Fantasy. So I would say Crystal Chronicles is the last one to have flutes and like fantasy sounds to the music. Like wonderism, like
Watch
fantasy
out for the
sounds.
fighters! We're gonna need that magic of yours, Yo! I don't see him anywhere!
You guys killed them in one hit. We need your magic. No, you one-shot them. That's great. We need your help. No, you guys just punched it in the face. It's dead. You don't need me. It's very funny. We need your magic. Punch it in the face. Never mind. Fists work as good as magic. I remember that guy was my favorite hero because he's a 1-star and he works on parrying and countering and all that. So I remember enjoying his playstyle. And there's the fisherman.
That's a lot of monsters! Guess we'll just have to take them all out! I'm on it!
From the clouds! Break the storm! Your move!
Huh? Incoming! Oh, come on! Just leave us alone already! Get ready for it now!
Go
Take that!
Dragon Leg. I'll finish this.
All or nothing! One more! Too hot to handle!
Pin them down.
Looks like that's the last of them!
Okay.
Alone out there! Come on!
It's all... Yeah, her playstyle's alright. So her playstyle, instead of being mashy-mashy, you gotta charge and aim your spells where they go, especially her power attack.
Ready for pain?
Oh, it has 3 charges. Oh, 4 charges. Wait, how big does it get?
Feel this one!
God damn. And if you tap it... Okay. She's alright so far. I prefer melee at the moment, even though I love magic in other games. It seems like magic in this game is you gotta charge it to make it good.
Look! There he is! Over there! Uggos! I'm the one you want!
I don't know, there's a vulnerable kid over there they can get.
Fire! Come on!
Say your prayers.
Neat! Did I pass?
Stable offense with room for improvement. B+.
Here goes! One more!
I think I take back what I said because holy cow, if you can get that off, it does a lot of damage.
Stop, drop, and roll! Take that!
Looking good.
Bring him down.
Damn it, I was trying to charge it to do a big attack at the end. Nah,
Don't
Captain.
worry, they're gone now.
Captain
You
decided to
okay?
steal my kill.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah! I'm a good little girl.
We were lucky we found Lev when we did, or he would have been Monster Chow. But before we could talk to him, the town watch came hurrying over.
Lev, your parents are worried sick about you. Come on, let's go home.
His next line will be, my parents don't care about me.
Lev looked away, ignoring the old man's outstretched hand. I could imagine how he was feeling, being treated like he was selfish and immature, when all he wanted was someone to sit down and talk to. The man sighed and scratched his head in frustration.
Your mom and dad are fine people. Try being a little more considerate, okay?
Lev immediately bristled at those words, breaking his silence.
What do you know? This is all your fault!
Knocking the man's hand out of the way, he turned and ran deeper into the forest.
Now, how is it their fault? Is it their fault for getting sick and injured?
It was like watching a scene from my own past, but I wished he'd get a grip already. The deeper he went into the forest, the more likely he was to get attacked. We had to hurry.
You gained a sigil slot. Cool. Excuse me, sir. I know I just started this after a year and I should do story, but
good day.
We're warming up with this. Hey, guess what? Trick and treat. Oh, and it's a stat increase too. The crew saves Lev from monsters. A member of the Vulcan Defense Corps arrives to escort the boy home. Lev rebuffs the corpse member's hand, yelling it's the adult's fault, and flees deeper in the forest. Io frantically chases after him.
We all split up to search for Lev so we could cover more ground. I didn't see any trace of him at first, so I thought I must have gone the wrong way. But then I noticed footprints that looked like someone had slipped over a nearby ledge. And sure enough, when I peeked down, I saw a familiar figure sitting hunched over, knees to his chest. He looked a little scraped up, but didn't seem to be hurt badly. I was just glad I'd managed to find him still in one piece.
Let it out, kid. Let it out.
When I told him I was a Skyfarer, he immediately burst into tears of relief. I could tell he was upset with the villagers about something, and that's why he couldn't be honest with them. But as an outsider, I thought I might have a chance. Watch closely. I'm gonna cast some special magic just for you. It was time for one of my master's patented magic tricks. I showed Lev my empty palm before covering it with a handkerchief.
God damn it. It's gonna be, it basically a coin or something's gonna appear in your hand, or you're gonna pull a coin behind his ear.
I flung the cloth away, and voila! There was a piece of candy in my hand.
I was close. It's candy and not a coin.
Wow, candy!
Here, you can have it. After devouring the candy, he finally calmed down.
Thanks.
Normally, that would have been enough to lift any kid's spirits, but his face fell again as quickly as it had lit up. I guess he really doesn't want to go home. I decided I wouldn't leave him until there was a smile back on his face.
Is that where it's gonna end for now? Is we are not gonna know about... Yep. Oh, actually, no. Never mind. It's continuing. Never mind. So, on the run, Io finally tracks down Lev after a long search. She performs a magic trick her master taught her, which comforts the boy, especially when he gets a piece of candy at the end. The treat lifts his spirits for a second, but he immediately becomes depressed again. It's gonna be his parents don't spend much time with him, probably. Or his mother.
While we were still deep in the woods, I decided to ask Lev up front. Why did you run away? He hesitated at first, but after seeing that I was serious, he started to open up.
My mom and dad used to work as doctors in Tempeal.
Back then, all had been well with their family. But when Furikin went berserk, they lost their home and ended up moving to Folka. That was when things started to fall apart. His parents began to spend all of their time tending to patients who were affected by the disaster, with hardly a moment's rest. Lev watched as his mom got paler and the black circles under her eyes grew darker and darker. He begged her to take a break, but it was no use.
So his parents, mostly his mother, are working themselves basically to the bone.
Eventually, she collapsed from overwork.
Yep.
I told her she wouldn't be able to help people anymore if she got sick. She just wouldn't listen to me.
And here I thought he was just a kid going through a rebellious phase. But that wasn't the case at all.
No.
That's really grown up of you, Lev. You're just worried about your mom and dad, huh?
Yeah.
And that's why he blames the town folk for getting sick or hurt from the catastrophe that happened, is because since they're hurt, they have to tend to all of them, and his parents are working themselves to the bone, collapsing, getting sick.
After hearing Lev's explanation, I finally understood how he felt. I knew how hard it was watching people you cared about pushing themselves too hard. I couldn't stand to see my master doing it either.
I think there's a person all our lives who's like that. We couldn't stand watching, pushing themselves to the break of, yeah.
And that's exactly what was going through Lev's mind. He wasn't being selfish. Everything he did, it was because he loved his parents.
We all love our parents. Is that it for now, or you have more? Oh my god, we're doing all hers apparently right now. Character level 40 and finish episode 6. Lev eventually trusts Io enough to explain the reason for his outburst. His parents were doctors in Tempio, and they had lost their home in the Fyrkin disaster. Ever since coming to Folka, his parents saw patients without rest, causing his mother to collapse from exhaustion. Io sensed that Lev is simply sick with worry for his parents' well-being. I think this could be the entire episode, everybody. There's a lot of story.
If it were me in his shoes, I'm sure I'd be worried sick about my parents, too. There's nothing wrong with worrying about your parents. I'm sure they're proud to have a son who cares so much.
I agree.
But what? Something was still on his mind.
I always wanted to be a great doctor, just like my mom and dad. But after my mom collapsed, I started thinking maybe everybody else was just using them.
Oh,
Along the way, he'd stopped being able to trust the people of Folka, and he thought feeling that way meant he could never follow in his parents' footsteps. Lev stared at the ground as he spoke, finally confiding his troubles to me. After hearing his story, I began to open up about my own parents. He listened to my words in silence. My parents had also strained themselves too hard after getting sick, and eventually passed away. So Lev's circumstances were all too familiar. Just like him, I felt nothing but bitterness and despair. But there was one difference. I've got to admit, I envy you a little. After all, your mom and dad are still alive and well.
I'm trying to remember, didn't her parents die while trying to stop a disease running rampant in the village that's caused by, like, the spirit thing I read about earlier, but didn't her parents die, mostly her mother died from a disease and they caught it and they died from before they can actually cure it?
While we were standing there talking, Lev's parents and the villagers were probably beside themselves with worry, braving the dangers of the forest to search for him. When I told him that, Lev finally seemed to grasp the situation.
I really messed up, didn't I? I'm sorry.
Are you sure I'm the person you should be saying that to? I stood up and smiled at Lev. He and his family all seemed like really good people. The only thing they needed to patch their home back together was a long heart-to-heart.
Alright, and that has to be it for you. Wow, that's a really good attack buff. Who cares about health? Wow, that attack buff. There we go. You have to be level 50. Alright, Eugen. Alright, without looking, he basically left home. His wife got sick. Now, this is me remembering off the top of my head. Wife got sick and passed away while he was away. His daughter is alive, but resents him. On top of that, remember you hit this part. He is voiced by the voice actor for the English version of JoJo. He is old Joseph. which is why I love this dude's voice. He is old Joseph Joestar. One of my favorite characters in that show. I love Joseph Joestar. So rest in peace. Oh god. Kazerda's deceased friend loved flowers, and her dream was to make them bloom in Tempeal barren soil. Kazdera asked Eugene to search the mines for her gardening tools. Oh right, is this the one who had a crush on their friend before he could tell them how they felt? They passed away in the catastrophe? The mines have been overrun with goblins, but it's nothing the crew can't handle. They find the precious tools and return to Kazdera. Yeah, okay, so... he had a friend, and basically he liked her enough he was going to propose or tell her how he felt, but passed away in the rage, the tempest, or whatever, and he felt so downtrodden he was actually thinking of jumping off the cliff, but Eugene talked him off it. And now they want to make flowers everywhere because they loved flowers. This is me. I might be mixing two stories together. Time to hear Joseph Joestar. Yeah, okay, this is the guy. Time to hear Joseph Joestar.
Just as we arrived at the cemetery, the clouds opened up, unleashing a torrent of rain. The blue sky was gone, painted over by a steely, unforgiving gray. Looking around, I saw that there were others paying their respects at different plots. Like Karzeda, they probably lost loved ones to the storm. As soon as he laid eyes on the mound of earth in front of him, the dam broke. Karzeda's shoulders heaved with his sobs.
Why did I say those awful things? There were so many more important things I wanted to tell you, but I...
Oh, right, they got in a fight right before they died.
He sank to his knees, crippled with grief. His fist beat at the earth, sending drops of muddy water splashing onto his face.
I didn't want that to be our last conversation. If I hadn't blown up, if we hadn't fought, I only wanted to see you smile, but I made you cry.
All I could do was watch over Karzeda as he poured out the feelings he'd held back for so long. Let it out, son. It's the only way to get through it.
Yeah. They got in an argument. He really cared for her. And then she passed away during the entire thing that happened. Carrying on her legacy, Eugene accompanies Karsdea to the cemetery. Karsdea breaks down upon seeing his friend's grave, his tears mixing with a torrential rain. Eugene quietly lets the man pour out his regrets and frustrations, knowing how essential it is in the healing process. Because, yeah, his wife passed away while he was gone. So he knows how this all goes.
After the visit, we made our way to a tavern. We could hear the rain beating down on the establishment. It was still day, but the sky was dark as night. Karzeda ordered the stiffest drink they had and downed it in one gulp.
My friend once showed me a flower and said that each one symbolizes something. At the time, I didn't get it, and I had other things on my mind, so I never bothered looking it up.
He shook his head, saying that he'd wished he had treasured those small, everyday moments with her. Each word struck me like a blow, reminding me of my own failures.
How am I supposed to live with this regret? It's like the storm outside, pounding on me until I give in and let it sweep me away.
I mulled over his question for a while before opening my mouth. I'm not the right person to answer that. Only your friend knows.
But how? She's...
So I told Karzeda about my wife, and about the agony of losing her. All the things I'd hoped for, things we could do as a family, were no longer possible. The chasm of remorse threatened to swallow me whole. I couldn't imagine things getting better. Not then, not ever. But I was still alive. Unlike my wife, I still had a future. Didn't that obligate me to move forward, to find meaning in being left behind, and try to fulfill what she wanted for me? Didn't that apply to Karzeda? You want me to go with you? To find that flower, I mean? Maybe finding it would give him the answers he needed.
Let me guess. The flower means life. Or joy or something. I'm gonna say it's gonna mean life. Ah, okay, so this is she's technically a dragon, right? Rosetta is a dragon, she's extremely old and was there when the first Skyfarers were around. Once again, might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure she's extremely old. And basically, the dude's father, the main character's father, was one of the first adventurers to actually hang out with her, and she traveled with them. Toward the end of the man's journey, Rosetta turned toward the forest of Lumacia. Many years would pass before another young traveler crossed her path. This youth was Ward, the child of the man with whom she once adventured with. Yep. She's extremely old, despite looking young. The Phantom Girl.
During our stay in Seed Hollow, a certain request made its way into our hands. We were to inspect sightings of a mysterious young girl near the Seed Hollow Castle.
Okay, not the voice actor, but the mic or whatever they're using, it's having trouble with like S's and making the after syllable extremely flat.
You don't think she's a ghost, do you?
I put a hand on Lyria's shoulder to comfort her, and asked the client for more details.
Yeah,
According to reports, the young girl appeared to be looking for something.
Yeah, you guys hear it, right? The S's are weird. They're like, it's like a flat S. Weird as that sounds. It's like, it's weird.
Workers helping with the castle's restoration effort would attempt to approach her, but she would vanish before they could get close. Each sighting would spook another handful of builders, until there weren't enough hands to complete repairs. By all accounts, it seemed to be a ghost. Of course, I couldn't admit that to Lyria. It was not uncommon for spirits to take refuge in ancient ruins or castles, and play tricks on any unfortunate souls passing by. They were almost never malicious, even friendly sometimes. However, we couldn't take our chances. I just wished we had more information to work with. There was something familiar about this story. I just couldn't quite put my finger on it.
I have no idea what's familiar about the story. I'm not shocked about your attack upgrade. You're more of a healer at the moment. And that's it. Hey, it's my man! One man army. According to Cyro Carde, a lone martial artist defeated a few hundred troops in Mount Nigelith, all while quelling a raging blizzard. And not just any troops, but remnants of Avia's forces that specialize in guerrilla warfare. Oh, I'm playing my man. Here we go. I'm gonna suck.
Call for reinforcements! We need all the support we can get! Why is everyone from that crew a beast? What are they feeding them on that ship?
It was a nightmare. Actually, worse. You could wake up from a nightmare. This was our reality. We were being driven into the heart of Mount Nagelith by a single Skyfarer. Even though he was alone, he was with the crew who defeated General Galanza. Our only chance was to put aside our pride and work together to take him down. Our platoon was experienced, and we could launch the prototype Tayuatar if things started looking rough. We had numbers and strategy on our side. With all of our preparations, victory should have been assured. But he took one look at our perfect formations and laughed.
Ha 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 ha! You honor me with this extra treat. I, Gandagosa, shall now return the favor with eternal rage!
You what? This guy was nuts. All of these soldiers, and this was just a field exercise to him?
Get your asses in gear!
Do not break ranks!
Command snapped my mind back into focus. I drew my sword, but as I clutched its hilt, I'd never been more sure it was just a hunk of scrap metal.
Oh, here we go.
Of eternal rage.
Now, if I remember correctly...
Keep your distance, or you won't make it out of here alive. Roger!
Yep, you got time as a
train from so far away.
Yeah, you got time as attack.
Is this a joke to him? Who is this guy? Could be the devil himself for all I care. Start back up. We can't take him on our own.
Step forward. I still need to finish my warm-up.
Let's do this.
Your move into my trap. My fish grow restless.
Curse on luck. He's leaving me with no option.
Yeah.
Descend and the mountain.
Plan C! But sir, he doesn't even have armor on!
Just do it! Either we deploy our secret weapon, or he'll wipe us out! Go, Tyuatar! Deliver us from this accursed giant!
I applaud your desire to continue fighting, but you insult me with these useless toys! I like it! Speed as the hawk! But the cloud breaks the storm!
It's over. He took out the Tyuatar.
Of course. I want all units deployed! Courage, troops! No one lives forever!
With these fists, nothing is impossible! Speed as the hawk!
Ow.
Bring your move into my trap!
Revive.
Iron shoulder! Your soul burns! Our hot Skybreaker! The river falls! Understood!
Damn it, it missed.
I like tough fighter fight!
Damn it!
Lost in the fury of
No offense, some of their attacks are a little BS if you ask me. It's over. I lost. Oh, I had that, but that one kept spamming a dodge, and the other one kept shooting me. So it's like, what am I supposed to do? I can't focus on the one because it keeps dodging, and I focus on the other one, it shoots me. Well, that's just what happens. That's just what happens. Oh. Long load screen. God damn it. Don't know why the load screens are so long. They weren't this long originally. Now, I don't think I need to reinstall the game. No idea, honestly.
Hey guys, how you doing? Hey, I'm gonna whisper right against the mic. I'm gonna skip this part coming up. Hopefully I remember that. If I don't,
Alright. Let's do this again.
Need something?
Fate episode, me, Woman Army. We'll tackle this again. And hopefully this time I succeed.
Call for reinforcements! We need all the support we can get!
We walk the path of eternal rage.
Keep your distance, or you won't make it out of here alive.
Roger! Yeah! How will you train from so far away? The end comes! Avatar! The soul burns with you!
Is this a joke to him? Who is this guy? Could be the devil himself for all I care. Back up. We can't take him on our own.
Step forward! I still need to finish my warm-up!
Oh yeah!
My fish grow restless!
Curse our luck. He's leaving me with no option. Switch to plan C.
Plan C? But sir, he doesn't even have armor on!
Just do it! Either we deploy our secret weapon, or he'll wipe us out. Go, Kayuatar! Deliver us from this accursed giant!
I applaud your desire to continue fighting, but you insult me with these useless toys. This hands up!
It's over. We took out the Kayuatar.
There we go.
I want all units deployed. Courage, troops. No one lives forever.
With these fists, nothing is impossible. I shall
What hit me there? Ah, God, it's no worry. Woohoo!
Victory is mine!
He's a monster! Commander, your orders! Commander?
Bow! Before my might!
Oh yeah, I still kinda got it.
It was a nightmare. Actually worse. You could wake up from a nightmare. This was our reality.
Where are they? Bring me your champions!
We were an entire platoon of pilgrims. We even deployed the Kayuatar. He wasn't even inconvenienced.
Retreat! Retreat!
My mind was cloudy. I barely heard the commander's order. How could I think? I saw it. I saw the force of his punches redirect the blizzard. He had to be a demon. No mortal could beat the damn weather into submission. Not to mention the lack of corpses. This battle had been brutal, but so far no one had sustained critical injuries. Which means he had been holding back.
Oh.
A man like this, he was as strong as General Galanza. No, stronger maybe. Finally, I gathered enough sense to unfreeze my feet and turn tail. As I ran away, I got the sense I'd just witnessed history in the making.
I love how his things are told from other people's perspectives. Like, oh my god, this man's a goddamn monster. It's like, yeah, he is. He's awesome. Oh, he has another story. Okay, now it's your turn, fairy. Oh, right, you're the deck chick. The dead chick. Oh, I'm gonna do everyone else before you. Alright, let's do Yadora. The hottest fishing spot. Right, he's an ex. Okay, give me a second. He's an ex. Was he a royal guardsman or just a regular? He was a captain of the guard. He was known for his swordcraft. He retired and he loves fishing. Am I right? A laid-back goldfishman. He was once a famed swordsman with many pupils. And he changed. I believe he trained one of his pupils and became a bandit, and he killed them by his own hand. Yadara looked forward to a casual day of fishing in unfamiliar waters of the new Skydom. Unfortunately, it seems his gear is up to par. Paying a visit to Sirkada to upgrade his tackle, the merchant mentions a rumor about an expert angler called the Fisher God. You play as Yadara. Well, let's hope I remember how to play him. I know he's fast, and you have to switch styles.
After some consideration, I decided I would test my mettle against this so-called Fisher God. The captain, Lyria, and Vyrn wanted to help out too. I asked around town where I might find such a rival, but he proved to be as mythical as his title suggested. Rumor had it that he appeared at ponds, peaks, and valleys. The others garnered about the same information, which only further piqued my interest. No matter who we asked, we could not catch the proverbial tail of the Fisher God. All we learned was that he was skilled, able to catch 10 fish with one cast, yada yada, and any new species he caught would be named after him. Meaning there were lots of little demigods swimming around now. With only tales of his escapades to feed us, and no concrete info, we grew weary. You can't sustain a healthy rivalry on rumor, after all. We needed to change our approach and re-examine the facts. All of the stories were about places he visited, meaning he'd never been spotted in town. With that in mind, we enlisted Sierra Carte to speed up the investigation. Sure enough, after a few days' time, she gave us a map dotted like it had the chickenpox. There were stamps on ponds and lakes, glaciers and volcanoes, and even a poisonous swamp. All of them locations where he'd been spotted. So the old fart got around, did he? Good to know he had an adventurous streak. After staring at the map for a while, I realized there was one place conspicuously without a stamp. It was the most dangerous island of all, known for the molten lava covering its surface. Going off my hunch, Sierra Carte did a little more digging around, and we learned a man with a fishing rod chartered a ship there a few days ago. The chase was on.
Alright, so they're on an island with, yep, this is definitely an island of lava.
If y'all can!
Alright, let's remember how to play you, my man.
Where's this Fisher God? Smell you later! Schooled like a fish, red like a bull. Schooled like a fish.
Okay, he can counter.
Played like a fiddle.
Right. Okay. Alright, let's go. Search for the Fisher God. I don't remember much about the Fisher God, but let's go look for him.
Ah! We're monsters!
That's no good. Did we wake the spirits of this land?
Eyes ahead.
Red like a bull. Blade! That's keep up! Eat this!
You have my blade!
It's smooth sailing with you guys!
You have my blade whenever you need it.
It's over!
Mercy! Oh.
Whoops! I did the counter a bit late there.
Don't get carried away.
Back in the game!
Let us heal!
It's curtain for you!
Sorry about that, everybody. I'm talking about them, not you.
Are you really gonna fish in a dangerous place like this?
Of course! We're not dealing with your average angler here. This is a Fisher God we're after. Now, he should have left supplies or tracks or something. Keep your eyes peeled for him.
Okay, but we better be careful while we search.
Alright, here we go.
Over here, you no running from me! Please,
I'll support.
We're the best!
I'll always be by your side.
I love a good group attack! Follow me!
Cut them down!
Save the day!
Couldn't have done it without you!
I guess so.
I've got even bigger spells!
You're not wrong.
Okay. I remember kind of how he plays. Kind of. It's a small bit.
Don't scare me like that!
Red like a bullet, like a try to keep up!
Who are you?
If I were a fisher god, this is probably the bait I'd use. Just a hunch, though.
Okay. We're almost there to the fisher god.
Careful now! Those spirits look angry!
Those are the ones that explode if you beat them too hard!
Thanks for the heal.
Just what the doctor ordered! Hey. Can't be Mother Time, can you?
I got it.
I'll ease your pain.
School like we fight us
Looking good.
no running for me! Red like a bull!
Wait. Damn it, I did it too late. I'm trying to do the counter.
My hip is howling.
Alright.
Try not to move!
Yep, help me, Io. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Keep going!
Sorry for the mess.
Nothing
Don't
else.
mind if I do.
No escape.
That's this. Smell you later.
There we go. Got it.
Let's go.
My blade rings true.
Carry on, folks.
Yes.
Great!
Well
Don't want to
said.
get left behind!
Try to keep up.
There's nothing to fear.
Thanks.
You up.
You're healing us, but there's no enemies, but I appreciate it. And we're almost ready to do our thing.
We've come pretty far. This beat is killing.
Just a matter of time before we're there. Now hop to it.
Who are you?
Huh? Looks like somebody came through here, and they were collecting magma work.
Okay, I'm getting the countering down. Oh man, we are moving.
I see somebody. Maybe it's the Fisher God.
Very well could be. Give him a hello and see what's up.
Well, he has a fishing pole, if that means anything.
Hey there. Can we talk a minute?
Stage clear. You found maybe the Fisher God? The hottest fishing spot.
Hey, mister. What the heck are you doing out here?
What's it look like? I'm fishing.
What fish? You might catch a few rocks if anything at all.
We fish, therefore they are. It's the deepest waters what hide the greatest prizes.
The proverb left his lips like a right prophet. This had to be our Fisher God.
I still don't get how fish could survive in lava.
And that's your problem.
Clearly, you never played Sea of Thieves. Fish love hot water, and they're different.
His answer was cryptic, but it had its own logic. The captain, Lyria, and Vyrn cocked their heads to the side in confusion. Clear water or molten rock? Cast the rod and catch the fish.
Truer words were never spoken, friend.
Guess I've learned me something over the years. Those unblinking eyes, that unrelenting hunger for the catch. His tools were top-notch. More importantly, however, he had the aura of a man born to hunt the seas. But I didn't come to admire him. May we presume you are the Fisher God?
And to what do I owe the accusation?
What do you say to a little fish-off betwixt the two of us?
Ah, now there's a song to my ears. It would be my honor.
And thus, the net was cast.
Ah, so he's gonna fish the Fisher God. Okay.
Hello.
Hello, ma'am. I'm going to fish the Fisher God now. Clash of Titans. An elderly gent stands on a ridge overlooking a sea of lava, his line cast into the fiery waves. When Vyrn expresses doubt that he'll ever catch anything besides rocks, the man calmly answers the cryptic fishing adages. This is proof enough for Eudora that this man is the Fisher God. Clash of Titans.
We fish, therefore they are. It was a profound statement. Hang your line thinking you won't catch anything, and you won't notice even the heftiest bite. Determination was the most essential tool in the old tackle box.
I'm curious how they said they had this. He had the stated R. I'm not sure about this guy. How is your line not burning up in the lava? I don't know.
But then again, we were sat up next to a lava lake, and I would need more than simple chutzpah to pull a fish out of there. Luckily, I had me secret weapons.
What is it?
Someone came prepared.
Beautiful, ain't they?
What is it? A fishing
I
pole?
strung a special hook, carved from a flame worm's tooth, to a special line, spun from its mane. Been looking forward to the day I could bust out these bad boys.
Okay.
Whoa! You're really going to do this?
The captain, Vyrn, and Lyria were stunned as I cast my rod into the lava.
Just what the heck are you old-timers expecting to catch?
Vyrn's voice was filled with confusion, but wasn't a moment longer when we made a believer out of him.
Who catches it first? I'm gonna say the Fisher God.
Oh, a bite!
Never mind.
Me too!
Oh, both of them, never mind.
The Fisher God and I started pulling up catch after catch. It seemed like we both brought determination to spare. But the fish living inside the lava weren't no slouches neither. They were covered in armor like scales, and when we pulled them ashore, their flopping sent liquid death flying in every direction. Was kind of funny.
I mean, that makes sense. They're living in lava. They need something to protect them. Also, was kind of funny.
So there we were, equally matched, neither side willing to back down. As our piles of molten fish gradually turned to hills, the captain, Lyria, and Vyrn were dumbstruck.
I want to know what a fish from lava would taste like. I'm gonna guess earthy, rocky even.
Soon enough, our sore backs told us it was time for a gentleman's break, and we decided to tally our scores. We counted each fish as we threw them back into the lava. Their physiology meant they couldn't be cooked. Don't want no sulfur in my sushi anyway. But they sprang back alive as soon as they were returned to their familiar warmth.
Okay.
Should've known you'd be a shark on the rod.
Just trying to keep up. It was a rare thing to meet your match. The smiles on our faces were proof of that. Vyrn flew up to us.
Do all old dudes fish like that? If you went for broke, I wonder who would come out on top.
The Fisher God and I locked eyes. We could feel the sparks flying.
Sounds like the gauntlet's been thrown.
Agreed. We've had enough of a warm-up.
Then you won't mind if we up the ante, huh?
He told us about a few local legendary fish that had eluded capture for years. Reminded me of the noble bonito from good old Fanta Grande. We agreed the winner would be the first to trap one of them fabled guppies. The prospect sent lightning through me body. The old spark was coming back.
Now they're off to catch one legendary fish, and the winner is the first one to catch it. Alright, and now were you a dead guy, or were you a guy who just basically became... I honestly don't remember. Viseriga escorts a girl home, clearing up her misunderstanding of him as the Grim Reaper. Yet the garden she was tending to has been devastated since the last time he saw it, as it was swallowed by decay. In consideration for the haggard girl, he promised to come back later, but senses someone's again. Oh, this is the girl who ran away from him thinking it was the Grim Reaper, when he wasn't, and she found out it was a misunderstanding. But then we saw an old lady who was like a ghostly figure, and the garden was all dead. And everywhere this girl goes, like, things die, and it feels like that evil spirit is around her. Ah, yep, I remember.
Curious about the girl and her garden, I headed once more toward the forest on the outskirts of Folka.
I never had a chance to thank you for the other day.
Wait, I think she also wants to die. Or she did at one point. Because she's like, you're the Grim Reaper, please take my life? Or did she run? I don't remember quite much.
Though she was more lively than before, her spirit was clearly drained.
I guess it feels wrong to call you Mr. Reaper now.
The name's Vasaraga. The girl introduced herself as Irene. As she spoke, I noticed her wrist was wrapped in a bandage. I asked if she was injured, but this caused her to grimace.
Okay, yeah. Evil spirit is haunting her, kills everything that she's around in her garden, is sapping her spirit. We all know what a wrist wrapped in the bandage means. I don't have to explain it.
Oh, this? It's fine. I just, cut myself is all.
I mean, that's technically the truth.
In a thinly veiled attempt to change the subject, Irene offered me some juice made from homegrown fruit.
This is the least I can do to thank you. Do you want to drink some together?
Apple. Not bad. We sat at her table and began to chat. She told me that she hailed from Grossgard, a small region near Seed Hollow. Having just moved to Folka, she was still a new face to the locals. Do you take care of the garden by yourself?
Yes.
Tense. Holding in on herself like a withering flower, she became the complete opposite of the girl I watched happily watering her plants. But it was not her forlorn expression that gripped me. It was the mist. Ever her formless companion, a swirling miasma seemed just beyond her perception. There were far worse things in the skies than a little smoke, but I knew this was more than it seemed. Mind if I stop by again? I could visit between requests. I wanted to help her, but not out of a misguided sense of obligation. I just wanted to make sure she never forgot what it was like to smile.
I'm remembering this guy now. He was like one of the best warriors in a place, I forgot what, and all his friends and comrades died around him. And he kinda, if I remember correctly, died, but got reborn into a being of whatever he is. His scythe also has a mind of its own, I think? But yeah, I would definitely, oh wow, decent. I would definitely visit that girl again. I think she's being haunted by evil spirit. Alright, now there's Fairy. A young woman who accidentally summoned Celeste, the primal beast of death, and became a ghost, though cursed by the primal beast to be forever bound to the misery island of her birth. Misty Island. She was released from that burden by Ward and the crew. She loves her sister more than anything, but was tragically separated from her. So is our goal to find your sister? Also, are you the one who I modded? I don't remember. Well, we're gonna start seeing her story now. If only I could see them again.
I'm from Tremont Island, a quiet little place where I lived with my parents and sister. Things were good, except my sister was suffering from a terrible condition. We couldn't treat her on Tremont, so she was forced to travel to another island, all on her own. Back then, skyfaring wasn't nearly the safe bet that it is today, so I wasn't sure if she'd even make it there, let alone receive treatment. I loved my sister more than anything, so waving bye to her as she took off toward an unknown future was the hardest thing I'd ever done. I hoped beyond all hope. I hoped till it hurt that her cure would be swift and she'd sail back to me with each setting sun. But the days, they grew into months. Sometime after she left, a brutal pandemic spread across Tremont, crippling our population in a matter of days. I was shocked, watching the good people I'd known all my life pass away.
How many guesses leads to you summoning the Death God?
But I was horrified when it claimed my parents. And when it came for me, I knew death was waiting at the front door. What can I do? I thought, lungs heavy and weighing me to my bed. What could I do but turn to the skies and pray? Please, if you're listening, I want to hear my family. I want to hear their voices again. My pleas were answered, but not by salvation. No, it was Celeste, the primal beast of death, who descended from the heavens. She stole death from the suffering islanders, preventing them from slipping into the afterlife. They became zombies, sentient and rotting.
Okay, that is a backfire for wishing for help. And on top of that, she made you a ghost.
Unlike the others, my corporeal form faded away, leaving my spirit to haunt the land. This, at least, gave me a faint hope. If I was given an unlife, then perhaps my mother and father would be given the same gift. But the months, they grew into years. And it became clear that though Celeste held dominion over death, life was a more complicated matter. It was my wish that had brought unlife to Tremont. I was to blame for turning my hometown into a living cemetery.
Well, I wouldn't say it was your fault. What you did was you were on your deathbed, you were dying, and everyone around you was dying, and you pleaded to anybody to help you take death away. The wrong person answered it, though, which sucks.
If the villagers knew what I had done,
well, at that point, were they even sentient?
That's why I chose to haunt the manor on the outskirts of town. Alone in those halls, with no one to talk to, I counted the days until I lost track of time. Solitude was better than guilt. Isolation was better than hearing my name used as a curse. But with time, the silence ate away at my name, until even I forgot who I was.
So now my question here is, how long were you stuck there? Because your sister could be an elderly lady. Fairy lived on the Mist Island, shrouded island, their parents and sister. Her sister contracted an incurable disease and left the island to find treatment. Sometime after, a plague swept the island, claiming the lives of Fairy's parents and many islanders. Fairy herself grew ill. Desperate, she prayed to the skies, but she was answered by a primal beast of death, Celeste, who turned the remaining villagers into living corpses. Fairy, however, curiously became a ghost. And that's why she uses ghosts and a whip.
It's true that there weren't people around the manor, but I did discover a few ghost animals floating about.
Ah, and that explains her companions in battle.
They took a liking to me, probably because of our shared ghosthood, and I gave them cute names to show my affection. Beppo, Gigi, Fuji, and Nicola. Before I knew it, my lonesome days became a little less gray, if not less repetitive. I watched so many tomorrows and yesterdays pass me by. I felt as stale and constant as the mists that covered the island. That all changed when the crew came to my manor. They were a cheerful, lively group, but also straightforward and intimidating. It had been so long since I needed to interact with other people. I knew that if I made contact, I would have to acknowledge the real depth of my loneliness. So I ran, and they gave chase. So I ran again, and they followed once more. No matter where I fled, they found me, undeterred by my spectral form or my ghostly pets. Finally, I decided to ask them about their situation. Thanks to the mists, they explained, their airship was grounded on Tremont. Like me, like the other islanders. We were all prisoners of Celeste. So long as she still had a pact with the island, there would be no refuge from her fog. But, by the same token, her powers preserved the unlives of Tremont's people, myself included. If Celeste was brought down, we would fade with her. It troubled me, but I knew it was a necessary course of action. I had only one thing to accomplish before confronting the primal beast of death.
Let me guess, find your sister?
I needed to come clean to the islanders.
Oh.
It was time to make amends.
Nope, never mind.
Had it not been for the arrival of the captain and the crew, I would never have found the strength to make that decision.
So they're not completely mindless zombies, they're just wandering and they're not doing that. Very sorry about that.
And explained to the people how I doomed everyone. But to my surprise, they looked upon me with sympathy and warmth.
I mean, it wasn't your fault. You were dying, you prayed to the sky for some help, and you got answered by the wrong person. I gotta play her more. Hold on a second. My friend sent me a message on the Discord. Wait, you might wanna... Oh, that doesn't shock me. Okay. Listen, I know she's out there. Fairy lost her family, but she found companionship in her ghost pets Beppo, Gigi, Fuji, and Nicola. When the Lord's crew later arrived on the mist-shrouded island, they discovered they're trapped there unless they defeat Celeste, clear the mist, but doing so, Fairy and all zombie villagers will cease to exist. Clearly she didn't cease to exist, so I think she was given like almost a second life outside of life.
With the understanding and support of the islanders, I called Celeste once again, but she didn't appear, and the mist still covered the island. That's how I learned the truth. It wasn't only me who had crossed Celeste's fate with our own. The other culprit was the doctor who was traveling through our village, back when the pandemic first appeared. He was secretly conducting research to summon Celeste. We hurried to the place where he resided, but...
So, it wasn't exactly you who probably summoned him, but the stupid doctor who was trying to maybe... Was the doctor the cause of the pandemic? I don't know, but clearly he wanted to summon Celeste either for making him and other people immortal. That's my guess?
When we arrived, we found that his consciousness had already been swallowed by the primal beast of death, and he couldn't cough up any helpful information.
So that means he was a mindless zombie, basically. I'm taking that.
Despite the setback, I joined with the crew and the islanders to find and defeat Celeste.
Oh, so she's not defeated, therefore that's why you're still around. Ah. But when she is defeated, you will fade. So I think if I guess her final act in life is to just see her sister. But the problem is, we don't know how long it's been since she became a ghost and her sister's been out there, because she said that just time faded and she lost, you know, all senses of time until she found her companions. So her sister could be like 40 years older than she first saw her, or last saw her, so I don't know. Or she could have passed away, I don't know.
The mists parted, and the island returned to its former state. Its residents began to pass into the great beyond.
Oh.
Disappearing into light.
Well, never mind.
Before long, everyone I'd known had been lifted into the bright sky, leaving behind only their memories.
And yet you remain.
I closed my eyes and waited for my final moments. But no matter how long I waited, I never began to fade. Left behind, yet again. I stared out at the village, devoid of residents. I was alone, but I could accept that. At any rate, the nameless ghost was no more, because a strange man gave me an oddly familiar name. So long as I had that name, and my memories with the crew, I could wait decades, maybe even centuries, for my sister to return.
In a way, you are the fairy of the damned, I guess.
I think the captain, however, couldn't bear leaving me to such a hollow fate, and invited me to the crew. But how could I leave the island? I knew that my little sister would come back to me. Even though we were no more than graves and warm thoughts, this is where her family was laid to rest.
The problem is, how long has it been, like I said?
If she came back and no one was waiting, wouldn't she be sad? That's why I knew I had to stay. But the captain wouldn't hear of it. If I was worried about my sister, I should go look for her. It was a new chance. I had never been off my island. I had never even considered the option. But I knew I could. I just needed to find the courage. And that's how I set out on a journey with the crew. Somewhere, out there in that big blue sky, my sister is waiting for me.
Oh man, I really hope so. What if this is one of those things where her sister's actually passed on, but she had a family and children? Like I said, we don't know how much time passed. Fairy and the crew overcome various obstacles before squaring off against and defeating Celeste. As expected, the villagers are released from their undead state and passed on, but strangely, Fairy and her pets remain. Ward invites her to join the crew, and she accepts. Her journey to reunite with her long-lost sister has just begun. Embroidered with love.
One day, I was out shopping in Seed Hollow Central Plaza when I saw a woman with kind eyes sitting on a bench. She was absorbed in her needlepoint. Your embroidery is beautiful.
Oh, aren't you a dear? Thank you.
Well that immediately is why it's called embroidered with love. I get that. Okay, it's about her embroidering.
Her smile was genuine and cozy, just like the blanket she was working on. She told me it was a present for her beloved. I've never seen anyone so outside before. She giggled. Really? I'm hoping some of this cheerful sunlight works its way into the fiber. Her name was Malfira, and she invited me to have a seat beside her. Admittedly, the weather was beautiful, the kind that made you appreciate being alive. Or, well, unalive.
Around to appreciate.
There was a long, thin trail of white dividing the sky, the aftermath of an unfortunate cloud that had been pierced by a wayfaring airship. How fragile those clouds. How fragile our journeys. I glanced back at Malfira, who looked to be making diligent progress. A familiar memory crept to mind, of a time when I begged my mother to sew new stuffed animals for me and my sister. The nostalgia was comfortable, welcomed even, but I was brought back to the present when I heard a troubled sigh from beside me.
Man, we're getting all the story for Fairy. Okay, do I remember how to play her? No. Should I do it? Yes. Fairy encounters a woman sewing a blanket in Seed Hollow Central Plaza. The woman, Malfira, says the blanket is a gift for her beloved. Fairy takes a seat beside Malfira to watch her work. Malfira, who waits all smiles, sighs out of the blue. Now, is this a case where your love is dead and this... No, I'm not gonna jump that conclusion. You must play as Fairy. Okay, I don't remember how. Oh wait, or does she need something? We have to go to the forest to grab it. It's always the forest.
Is something wrong? Such a forlorn expression didn't match Malfira's cheerful disposition.
Oh, sorry to worry you. It's nothing I would bother a stranger over.
Malfira forced a grin and stretched the throw across her lap.
It's just, I had hoped to use warming thread on this little project.
What kind of thread? I didn't even know there were different types of thread. But according to Malfira, there was a type of insect native to Fondom whose silk was imbued with magic. Items made from this silk were said to retain a comfortable warmth all year round.
If only I could get to Fondom on my own. And then there's the matter of tracking the insect.
Her smile never quavered, but the way her eyebrows stitched together, ever so slightly, covertly signaled her true disappointment. I could do it for you. I know I look young, but I'm a veteran Skyfarer. I put my hands on my hips and puffed out my chest, a posture I hoped would inspire confidence.
Oh, that's sweet. But it was just a silly thought. My fault for having unrealistic expectations, really.
From her tone alone, I could tell the pose did not, in fact, inspire confidence.
Listen, that pose does not work on everybody. I'm sorry, lady.
Later, after a quick discussion with the captain, we decided to head to Fondom anyway. I needed Malfira to finish her blanket. I just didn't understand why yet.
Okay, this is gonna go well.
Pets on deck.
I know she uses a whip.
According to Sierra, the insect in question nests atop the local wildlife, but there's a rumor a vicious monster also makes its home here. Stay on your toes.
Alright, let's go.
Those look like fire spirits.
We better get them before they get us! Hey! Too hot to handle!
Rain! Beat him down!
Perfect.
Armor break!
Together!
Alright, they're all dead. I did it. Woohoo. Let's go. I haven't used her abilities yet.
It's so hot! I feel like my sweat is sweating! Why are we going through the trouble again?
Sorry. I just wanted to put a smile on Malfira's face. She looked so, I don't know, forlorn?
But it was your first time meeting her, wasn't it? Who's she to you?
I know it's a weird connection, but her name, it sounded like my sister's.
I'm jumping to conclusions now. That is her sister's daughter. That's her sister's daughter, and her sister isn't of this world anymore.
I've got them.
Ow.
Don't get cute!
Don't get killed. Okay, let's go. Gonna just, there? No, okay.
Looks like someone wants to fight. Let's teach them not to butt in. Please, Gigi, time and place.
Oh, does somebody want to play when this is all over?
What?
On me! Eat this!
Don't expend all your magic.
I'm old enough to manage my mana, thank you very much.
Get them, Aries!
Alright, are you guys still up there dealing with that? Oh, hello.
Nothing of consequence, I guess.
Well, I got my 3 little
More
spear
wyverns.
pets.
Momo, you bring up the rear.
Frozen blade! Press the advantage!
Looking good!
Out of practice? It's go time!
Follow it! Let's go!
Leave it to me!
That's what I call slaying the audience.
Let's keep it up!
Attack!
Dragon leg! Frozen blade!
Don't think so.
Nope.
Nicola! There!
Eat this! Roger!
There we go.
Thanks a bunch, Fairy.
Ooh, okay. Decent move set. Still learning. Ooh, another level up. Yeah, let's not go down there.
It's all right, Nicola. I'll protect you from the mean monsters.
Nice try! Play dead!
Cut them down!
Let's go! Next time I'll pull out the big guns.
Looking forward to it.
Ready for action.
Superb!
Here's lightning! Out of practice! Stay sharp!
Prepare yourself! Dragon leg!
My little animals are going off to attack them. Nice. Let's go. Oh, what's this?
Fuji, no! Bad pup! That is not food!
We'll eat as soon as we're back. Try to hold on a little longer.
Oh, great. So, Fuji ate that.
What's that? Vyrn! Look out! It's a monster in disguise!
Oh, guess we're fighting
You
it.
must be that vicious monster we heard about. If you thought you could get a leg up on us, you have another thing coming. Now, get whipped!
Go get him! Perfect! Let's break you in! Bring you up! You don't scare us!
Catch this! Follow me!
I'll get it!
Good shot!
Went through pain.
There we go.
We got them! Ew! Okay!
Yep, here goes! Not now, not ever! Catalina, I'll protect you! Fall now! Rest in peace! Shine as one! Ascension!
There's more where that came from!
Do it again!
Watch out! I'll find a safe spot and support from afar!
Stay calm, everyone!
Thanks! Help me out! Press the advantage! Fuji! Nicola! Nice try!
Right! I'll support!
Okay then! Let's get it started! On it! Out of practice? Let's break you in!
She plays alright. You gotta time her spirits and her attacks.
Another one is a bug.
Because her
Now we can
spirits.
find that bug in peace.
Because her spirits all attack on their own, but also certain moves seem like they're buffed by, you know, what you have.
Spineless bunch, weren't they?
Yeah, you're fun to play. The whip doesn't do much damage. The damage is when all the friends come out.
Is this what you were looking for? I proudly displayed the hard-won thread to a surprised and overjoyed Malfira.
I would like this as the wrong one.
My word. You really are a Skyfarer, aren't you?
But yeah, I'm gonna stick to my gut at the moment. Her sister's long past, because we don't know how much time has gone when she first died. And I think maybe this is like her daughter, because she said this name reminds her of her sister.
She took the spool for a closer look.
Yes, this is the genuine article. I can't accept this for free. Let me see what money I have on
Please,
me.
ma'am, money is no consequence.
From her purse,
Please,
she pulled
no.
a single, unfamiliar coin. I knew from its extravagant design that it wasn't in circulation anywhere near Seed Hollow. but it looked valuable all the same. I refused the gesture. Retrieving the thread was my decision. I wanted to see that blanket finished. A reward was never part of the equation. Malfira's grin bloomed into a full belly laugh. She told me I was a strange girl. Laughing with her, I replied that I had met Stranger.
Oh, that was actually cute. But yeah, I think that might be her sister's daughter. Alright, am I done? Oh no, a new episode's been unlocked for her.
Good day.
Man, so many Fate episodes. That's what happens when you have so many characters. Alright, protection from the cold. Malfira has dismissed Fairy's claims of being a Sky Fairy, pointing to the fact that Fairy looks too young. However, when Fairy presents Malfira with magical thread that can only be found on Fadam, Malfira apologizes for her initial skepticism and thanks Fairy profusely. Protection from the cold.
We made another pit stop in Seed Hollow, which gave me the chance to check up on Malfira and her progress with the blanket. Lyria and Vyrn came with me, and their eyes lit up when they saw her intricate embroidery, just like mine did that first sunny day.
So what I'm thinking is she's making this blanket not actually for her lover, for a baby to soon be born, maybe?
Though I hadn't known Malfira for very long, I felt a kinship with her, and I liked to watch her determination evolve with each new stitch. But most of all, I liked that her kind smile, maternal and comforting, was always able to put me at ease. I'd never met anyone so genuine. In fact, nor had my pets.
Who's a spooky boy? Yes, you are.
What?
Malfira playfully scratched behind Beppo's ears. The mood was light, so I decided to learn a little more about my friend. I noticed you're in the Central Plaza quite often.
More or less. I don't have much else to occupy my time. Not with that silly boy still playing in the sand.
Malfira's partner was a geologist on dispatch in Dali, an extended dispatch, it seemed. Dali was an island of deserts, with bitterly cold nights. To Malfira, a cozy blanket seemed the perfect way to combat the harsh environment.
Calling it now, there's gonna be her last fight, because it looks like everyone has at least 2 fights, or maybe 3, I don't remember correctly, from what I've seen. But I'm gonna say the last one is gonna be her lovers being under attack on Dali, and we have to go rescue him.
Maybe it won't be necessary. He's coming back for a visit on the Airbus next month, and I'm about to burst with excitement.
Her joy should have been infectious. Try as I might to put on a brave face, my heart sank at her words. The Airbus from Dali? Of course.
I don't remember what happened at Dali. Did we go to Dali? What was Dali? Was it the giant place with the giant, like, stone thing I fought in the desert? What happened at Dali? Also, wow, that was an attack buff. Alright. I know everyone's gonna hate this.
Well then, so long.
We're 2 hours in, and I just did all of those stories. I'm gonna call it here. I know I did no main story things, but this was all stuff for the party members, as you see. Honestly, I forgot how many party members I had. I gotta play Fairy more. She has more power than my man? How does she have more power than my man?
This is a pet-friendly mission, right?
Okay, well, we're gonna play as her now, but yeah, I will see you all next time. I hope I continue. I have a game that I want to beat. Until then, well, goodbye.